Theater Guy presents The Many Adventures of Olympus Strongheart. Olympus may not have been the strongest of ponies, but he was pretty clever. And that is why he was here. Princess Celestia asked him to go on a special mission, which only he could do, because strength would not get you through the Everfree Forest. Cleverness would. With a little bit of help of a zebra named Zakora, he found directions to the Everfree Forest, to find a place to settle. Things were getting crowded in Canterlot, Ponyville, and even in Appaloosa. So they needed to go and start a new settlement. And the only place to go was on the other side of the Everfree Forest. That's where he was standing right now, looking over a small walled settlement with a watchtower. Careful, because just behind him was the Everfree Forest. Many dangers lurked there he had to go by. Nothing that he couldn't handle. His halberd was sharp. Even though he wasn't strong to swing it, he used it for many other things. Pulling, pushing. He set up a couple traps with it as well. Like I said, he was clever. His armor was a bit worn. Only leather in his chest, and iron. For his iron helmet and leggings were the only thing left that he actually had. He had to make the leathers. His wings stood erect as he stood, overlooking the settlement. Now, he thought, I can finally find peace. But then something happened. A roar came out of the Everfree Forest, none that he has ever heard before. He turned and looked and saw two green eyes staring back at him. Green eyes. He saw those before on his adventures, but thought nothing of it. They were a flash. His ice blue eyes looked deep. The hair on his coat stood just a bit, the brownish red, kind of shimmering in the sun. He thought to himself, now what was that? What could make that sound? With his studies with Zakora, he learned of many creatures that live in the Everfree Forest, but none like what he just heard and saw. Could it be a dragon? No, dragons went on migration. They're not around here for now. Could it be... He couldn't think of anything else. So he just ignored it, because the eyes were gone, and he could see nothing. He did go in, pick a couple berries that he knew were good to eat, and munched on those just a bit. He thought of where he was going to head next. He had no idea. When all of a sudden, something green, slick, scaly, wrapped around his hind legs, and pulled him. He dropped his halberd, his only weapon, and he was dragged through the forest. He knew what to do. He was trained. He was clever. He tucked his wings in, pulled his legs in so he didn't make any more hassle and didn't get any more injured, and went along for the ride. Kind of thought it was fun. Up and down. Armor getting banged around, though. Might be a bad thing. But he just let it go. In an instant, he was looking up at a beast that he had never seen before. He had no name for it. It was made somewhat out of shadow. But that's because he was in a cave. He couldn't tell if it was all. The only thing you could see were the green eyes, scaly legs, kind of slimy tentacle things. He had no idea what it was. And when he told the story later, no one else did. But right now, we'll just leave him there. Just kidding. Olympus thought he had no weapon with him. His halberd was dropped back at the edge of the forest. The only thing he had was his wits. And he used them. He said to the creature, "Who are you?" And the creature didn't answer. Silent type, he thought. Can't communicate. But then 2 clicks came. He thought, what could that be? There's a big pause as well. Now, 2 clicks is a yes. If you can understand me, 2 clicks is yes, 1 click is no. 2 more clicks. He understood. Why did you single me out? Wait, that's not a yes or no question. Well, there goes the wit. As he was doing this, asking questions that it couldn't answer, he was slowly slipping out of the iron boots that he was wearing. Because that's what the creature was holding. It wasn't holding his legs. It was holding the boots. He kept asking questions. Is this your cave? Am I your prey? And others such as that. He prepped his wings for a good pick-up dive after he fell. The creature was holding him a good 50 feet above the ground. He must have been fast. He had to be fast to outwit it. And he dropped, slipped right out of the boots, pulled up his wings and flew, not out of the cave, but towards the monster. Confusion was his best thing. He dove under and over and around and then towards the edge of the cave. Confusing it was the best thing he had. He flew out, around, and up. He knew the creature couldn't reach too high, because it only was holding him about 50 feet above the ground. So, he flew. He flew until he found the edge of the forest where his halibut laid, and he could see the community writhing, not knowing what had just happened. Hey guys, this is Theater Guy. Thank you for listening. I'm just doing these, and they're fun. And to say, I'm pulling these off the top of the head. I have nothing written. I just have the picture in front of me, and I hope you like them. I'm going to do many more of these short adventures in between my video games. And if you guys like them, please like them. If you have anything you want to see Olympus Strongheart do, post in the comments, and I will try to add them in the next session. For right now, this has been Theater Guy and the Adventures of Olympus Strongheart.